Bit of reaction now, just as it's happening, to this Greens decision to try to change the Migration Act to ban certain heads of state coming to Australia. I'm joined by Michael Sukkar, newly promoted, of course, to the front bench within the Coalition. Thank you for your time,
G'day,
Assistant
Tom.
Minister. What's your reaction to this? They're not trying to ban Donald Trump per se, but it appears to be aimed at that possibility.
Well, look, the Greens are extremists. We know that. I'm not surprised by this move. I think it's obviously outrageous. The Greens have always had a very anti-American strain throughout their policy positions. Senator Lee Rhiannon, who spent time in communist Russia, obviously was very happy to work with them, but this anti-American strain through the Greens is something that I know both major political parties will repudiate, and I think it just highlights how extreme they are as a party, and they are really on the fringes of Australian politics.
All right, we'll see where all of that goes. Company tax plan, all we heard during the election was jobs and growth.
Yep.
The sort of main part of that is trying to cut the company tax rate from 30 to 25%. It's going to Parliament today. What support does it have?
Well, it's a very exciting day today. We are introducing the enterprise tax plan, and we'll, first instance, seek to reduce the company tax rate to 27.5% for companies with a turnover of less than $10 million. And
that part is going to get support, is it?
Well, I would...
Because it's split up in legislation, so this part is just that element.
For small businesses, I would be shocked if the Labor Party, given their previous statements, given positions from the Hawke and Keating years, I'd be shocked.
But they've already said they're probably not going to. You can't be shocked. You've got to be talking to the crossbench.
I would be shocked because if you look at the Shadow Treasurer, the Shadow Assistant Treasurer, these are both people who have advocated publicly for many years of the benefits of company tax cuts. In the case of the Shadow Assistant Treasurer, somebody who he has written papers with, Professor Richard Holden, writes today that high company tax is a slow death for the economy. This is someone who Andrew Leigh has written papers with, has argued forcefully with about the benefits of company tax. How can they, as a Shadow Treasurer and a Shadow Assistant Treasurer, be held by the far left of their party in blocking these?
All right, well, if they are, though, how's it going with the crossbench? Can you give us any sort of vague probability? Is it feeling good? I'm
not involved in those negotiations, but I can say it's been surprising that the crossbench has certainly come to this issue a lot more sensible than the Labor Party.
All right.
And it's scary to think that our crossbench is economically more sensible than Labor, led by the Shadow Treasurer and the Shadow Assistant Treasurer, who seems to have been lobotomised by his party, because everything he argued for before politics, he now argues the opposite.
Well, watch your space. And that's just quickly same-sex marriage, a push apparently from some of your colleagues to get it back on the agenda, so it's off the agenda, so it's dealt with. Does it make some sense?
Tom, our agenda today is the enterprise tax plan. Our agenda is turbocharging this economy. This is what I think Australians are overwhelmingly
and just quickly,
want.
So don't want any bar of this latest push?
I think this is not a first-order issue for the government, and I don't think that we'll be addressing this issue for a long time. Inevitably, it will be addressed in some way, shape or form, a discussion inside our party room. But right now, today, is about our enterprise tax plan trying to turbocharge small business, and I'm calling on the Labor Party to support it.
See where it goes. Assistant Minister to the Treasurer, Michael Sukkar. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.